And welcome into a Hump Day edition of the Backstage Pass, always live and full of energy around here, as we always say, presented by our good friends over at MitchMax.com. Of course, you can head there right now to get your official Backstage Pass merchandise, MITCHMACS.com. Also, our good friends over at Hank Jr. Production, documenting life's memories. And I always like to say that through videography, photography, and now they got into podcasting, which is always a cool thing. Hank Jr. Productions, our good friend Henry Herrera. And of course, if you want some good tasting whiskey, my choice, it could be yours too, Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out, bangtail.com. Or at the official Easy Liquor app. There's also some good stuff on there right now. And, for the holiday season, we all need a good drink. No doubt about it, too, here on the Backstage Pass. Bangtail Whiskey, all great supporters here and great sponsors. So we just appreciate those guys joining us here. And pleased to welcome in my Wednesday guest. She's no stranger to this show, and I've had her on many, many times on the audio side and the video side here as Nashville recording artist. She's doing her thing out there. Taylon Hope joins us. The new single is Weightless across all the digital platforms. Taylon, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's like a mouthful to get out at the beginning of a show there. It's all a part of growth. We have, no doubt, too. Well, tell me what's beside the single, what else has gone on? These past 17, 18 months have been crazy for a lot of everybody out there, and, of course, for musicians and artists and things like that. Just how did you keep busy? I'm sure you guys are working on music and albums and stuff like that, too. Was it chaotic? Was it kind of what you expected? Did you get a chance to spend more time with family? Take me through all that.
Well, COVID was just crazy. I feel like for every artist in this past whole year and a half has been just insane, but also it's really made us, I feel like, grateful for what we have now and appreciate things more. And especially like in the music industry, because a lot has changed, but a lot of new stuff like virtual stuff is opened. And for a whole year I did stuff I did lives over in London, Nashville meets London, and I did virtual shows, and that's all we really could do, and that's just what led to more. And it's just so great to be back doing shows again, and of course being precautious and stuff, but it's just so great to be back in the loop. And I've written more songs than I ever had in that time of COVID, and I think a lot of artists have been able to write, and I really feel like I found who I am in that period of time, because I'm just 16, so I'm learning every day more and more what music I want to make. So that was a big part of it for me, and I'm getting to host every month at the Listening Room, and they're selling out and doing stuff at just many places, touring, doing a lot. I've always sang at the Wild Horse, doing stuff with that, and just a lot of shows, and just really blessed to be back out there, and seeing everybody's great. So been in the studio a lot, working on a new EP, hopefully coming soon. The new single just came out. I'm going after this right now to go record my new Christmas single that'll be out right after Thanksgiving, the day after, I'm pretty sure. So really excited for that. So staying busy and still going to school and performing and doing everything. So it's just great to be back, and just to be back in the loop of things. It's just really shows how grateful I guess you are for everything and everything you get to do with music. So it's really cool to see music back again. So
yeah, I kind of take what you did. I took those time that time to kind of build this and keep going with this too. And I was like, well, not sure if I'm gonna do this or that or what have you, but we were just thankful for all the great people we got to talk to in the music industry and continue to go on. Because I guess if there was one good side of COVID, it really helped us grow as a platform of the show with some of the amazing guests we got to talk to here on the air, yourself included, and people like Bev Moser keeping me busy and keeping my calendar booked up every single day at Be Noticed. Hey, take me back to 2019. I'm gonna go back a little bit before the pandemic. I loved, and I think we talked about this a little bit last time. I loved your self-titled album with your name, Taylon Hope, out there. Country in Me was a great, great song. And I also loved Women of Country on there. And the whole album is really great. Take me through that process. Is it kind of, I guess, exhausting at the same time as it is rewarding to make a full-length album, the choices of songs that go on there, things that your fans are going to want to hear? Take the listeners and viewers through, I guess, the making of a full-length album, and how much fun, but also how much work at the same time it is putting something like that together.
For sure, it is. Definitely the writing is the longest process, and making sure you have the right songs and stuff for radio, and making sure other people will be able to relate and everything like that. I feel like I've really grown as an artist since that one came out. I guess I was around 2014 when I released that one, so a couple years
Mm-hmm.
ago. And it's just crazy to look back at those songs and just see how much you change and just see how much, different stuff you want to write and get better at. And just making albums and music videos and co-writing is just some of my favorite stuff to ever do. And creating an album is just a process, I think, for everybody that's just like such a journey. And you get to see like all the songs come to life into one project is just the coolest thing. And that was one of my favorite projects I've gotten to work on. I did that one with one of my producers, Kent Wells, who I worked with a long time, and he's great. And we did that one, and it was just such a fun time to get to write with some of my favorite people. I got to write with Mo Pitney on that album, Bridget Tatum, Bill DeLuigi, so many amazing people I had the honor to write with. And this past year, I've gotten to write with some of my dream co-writers. Casey Beathard, I've become good friends with, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so awesome getting to see like and just writing. Writing is just one of my favorite parts of music. So an album, you got to choose the right songs, and I'm working on a new one now. I'm coming up soon, hopefully in the new year, and a new single to start off 2022 with, which is crazy. So,
Mm-hmm.
but the album is just so cool to see come together, and I'm really excited for what's to come. But I love making that one. It's always going to be special to me, and just kind of a start of just like who I am as an artist. That's why I did a self-titled album. So that one's really important to me, and just making an album is just so cool to get to do, and just awesome to get to work with those people. So
I did add a bunch of songs to my playlist. I'm going to ask you about one here in just a second, but I do want to pull one from the audience here because I love Henry loves the shows, and of course Hank Jr. Productions, a proud sponsor here, so he gets to tune in and ask these questions from time to time. I love the Beauty and the Beast avatar there. That's pretty funny too. So, yeah, good question here. The biggest change, growth, have you seen in yourself since then?
Since then, definitely my songwriting. Like I said, my songwriting's definitely developed, and that's one thing I really wanted to work on, because you can do so much with that and write with so many cool people. And I've started writing a lot more by myself since COVID, and that's changed a lot of me getting better at writing. And that's just such a cool thing to see. And I just sit down and I get to write all these songs, and it's so cool to get them come to life. So definitely the writing and the performing aspect. I think as I've just gotten older, I've become more confident in my music and who I am. So the performance just going to be more exciting and better. So that's just such a cool thing to get to experience. Is just that change. So I'm really, really grateful the songwriting's come a long way, because it's just so fun to do. So I definitely say that.
I love that. Great question there, Henry, too. So if you got a question for Taylon, leave it in the comment box, and if I can get to it, which I more than likely I will do that, leave it there. We'll pull it up on the screen there, and definitely appreciate you guys listening and tuning in and being a part of the show here, too, as well. Again, we're going to put the website up here in a little bit. I always say go get the music across all the digital platforms, and just like we say here about our merchandise, go get the merchandise for all of our artists here on the program. We'll put the website up for where you can do that, and definitely talk about that. I got a question for you, definitely about the album we just talked about, and a special song on there that really just meant a lot to me. And the one I'm talking about is Blue Jeans and Fireflies, which is the second track off of that great album there she put out there in 2019. We'll get the story behind that too. Hey, right now I'm going to turn it over to you. The new single is Weightless across all the digital platforms, so go get that. And it's time to hear it here on the show, right? Got to do it.
I'm going to sing a couple new ones, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that too. That'll work too.
I just wrote these, and I've been kind of working on them, so I thought I'd sing them for you. I'm going to talk about Weightless.
Sure. We'll definitely do that. Well, the floor is all yours, and take it away, because I know people are going to love the music. They always do. So.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here. So this is one I wrote with my good friends, Caleb Thomas and Smith Curry, which are the same writers I wrote Weightless with this summer. And this one's called The Good Life. And I got to sing this at the listening room last time. And I'm going to be at the listening room this Saturday. So if you guys are in Nashville or anything, go check out my Instagram. I'm going to be there with Ricky Roughton, Isaac Cole, and Lance Carpenter and me. And I'll be hosting. So come see us. That's going to be a fun show if you guys are in Nashville or coming down here. So this one's called The Good Life. And I think it just kind of talks about being grateful for what you have. So I hope you'll enjoy.
Here we go.
I don't want to fall out Every color of spring fade to blue skies. Want the stars to keep on shining deep in my eyes. I want the good life. And I don't need just one, I'll take a dozen. 'Cause the moment's good is gone before it's gone. Waiting for tomorrow is a gamble I've never been in on. Good life. I don't need the money, love's more than it costs. I'd rather just be funny and be known for being nice. I'd rather chase a river that rolls down the mountainside. 'Cause I want the good life. I see my name in lights outside the rhyme. If I said I didn't want it, I'd be lying. If I start to scream out loud, pray the face may hear the sound of the good life. I want the good life. And I don't need the money, love is more than it costs. I'd rather just be funny and be known for being nice. I'd rather chase a river that rolls down the mountainside. This is the one, the good life. Now I'm singing hallelujah. Can't believe my eyes blind, but now I see. Had the good life the whole time. Trust in God, but can be so hard, I must admit. But I know I need love, like my life depends on it. Forever waiting on me, so I can't quit. All I need is hope and a little thankfulness, and I got the good life. I got the good life.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause, Jeff McMahon, and Karen Lee Batten as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And doing that today with Nashville recording artist Taylon Hope here on the Backstage Pass, of course, powered by our good friends over at the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Maybe some good sports shows coming up over the next few weeks. I'm so busy, I'm not even clear what's on the calendar, but I do try to write that down because sports music, when you mix the two, it's amazing how many good shows you get out of there too as well. And I could always watch you sing. If I was in Nashville, the listening room, I'd be attending the show this Saturday.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to do. I love that place. So
I'm ready to get up there. I've been saying all of 21 was supposed to be there last summer, and of course COVID, and of course just the travel plans. And I just was able to take a trip out to Arizona to watch my Cardinals, play this past October. So I got to do that, and then coming back, and of course it's ready to get to Music City to broadcast live from there. Can't wait to do that. And of course, so definitely check her out and go get these songs once they're released. Of course, The Good Life is a great performance there. Once it is released, go get that, and then waitlist across the digital platforms. And we did put the website up there, TaylonHopeMusic.com, to visit there. I love that you got these, and you've told the story on the show many times, these great influences, and they range from Patsy Cline. I believe Martina was in there, Martina McBride, Carrie Underwood, Johnny Cash. You've got a great appreciation for the old classics. And I mean, I shouldn't say old traditional country music, neo-traditional, of those great 80s, 90s days. And even Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline, great 60s, 70s artists. What was it about that music that it really catered to you?
I've always loved the Grand Ole Opry and WSM, and I've listened to that since I was little, and always dreamed of playing the Opry. I got to play the Opry stage a couple times in the Ryman, and for me, that's just like the coolest things, and something I dreamed of and was so blessed to get to do. And something about the old music that just kind of made what music is today just has always been so interesting to me. I volunteer a lot at the Hall of Fame downtown in Nashville, and I give tours and stuff. So I love all the history with that, and just I feel like all those artists back then, or we wouldn't be who we are without them. So really listening to that older songwriting and the style of country was back then. Like I love a lot of '90s country, like you said, Martina and Reba and everyone like that, Trisha Yearwood. And those are just Vince Gill. I love Vince Gill, and just a bunch of those people have really influenced who I am, and the singing and the songwriting and performing and connecting with people through their music is just something I've always been so influenced by. So so many artists back then have just really just kind of always inspired me and to become who I am. So it's so cool to get to look back on those days. So.
You've done some cool stuff. I tell you, just at even a young age, we talk about that so much. You're very mature beyond your years, which is amazing out there too. Every time I talk to you, it's just like talking to somebody who's 26, not 16. You just had 10 years onto your age. That's how mature you are for knowing what you know already in the music industry. It's crazy. But I want to go back to this. It was a great story. I think you told this the first time we had talked, or second time, probably on the audio side. Mom and dad had got you, I believe it was mom, got you and correct me if I'm wrong on this, a karaoke machine, and with it came a Little Mermaid CD, and that's kind of where this started, and this love for it. You could hear it in the vocals already, but you had a whole new world Little Mermaid CD come with it. Tell folks this story if they don't know it already.
Yeah, my Nana and my mom have always sang, and I started in church, and I would just always be singing in the back of the car with my mom, and I'd know the lyrics after she played the song like one time, and she was like, well, she might want to sing someday, because that's kind of in our family, and I've just always loved to sing in church. And yeah, she had the karaoke machine, and I started singing that. That was my favorite movie. It's still one of my favorite Disney movies, but it was just so cool to see my grandma sing and my mom, and I just kind of grew up wanting to be like them, and I've just never stopped. It's just my passion, and I think what God wants me to do, so I'm just going to keep at it. So it's a journey, but it's so crazy to see from how I went from 8 years old to traveling to churches to moving my whole life from North Carolina to Nashville, and we've been almost here for about 4.5 years, which is crazy. So it's wild. I mean, it's just the three of us, me, my mom, and dad, and we go home a lot to see family, and that's always great to do that. But that's always going to be my home. But this is where I need to be to get to do what I want to do. So I'm just so grateful to them for picking up and moving with me. And it's I don't regret any of it. I've just had so many amazing opportunities, and from the Little Mermaid CD, it's so crazy to see how hard work can take you far. So it's cool.
Yeah, I look back at it and I'm starting to say to myself, I think back to when we first started the show, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm ready for this comeback. And I'd taken off a few years after doing it. And I said, well, you got the love and the passion for it. So I remember that first show, and I think we're at show 1,500, 1,600 now. It's been nuts to see. You're right. Hard work does pay off, and then you get some good merchandise out of it too, right? Just like I'm wearing today too, which is great. So make sure you check that out. I do want to get the word into one of our sponsors. Of course, I know Todd tunes in, so there's the link in the comment box. It covered up my nose. Look at that. See how funny that is. And then Taylon's too. They're pretty small. So good. Check it out there. We'll see if we can do a little discount, a little Black Friday sale or something going on there too as well. But right now, it's a lot of stuff up. I got my own coffee mug. I was looking this morning, and I've got.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, I drink coffee, and so the coffee mugs are on there. The tank tops,
you got the whole merchandise.
Yeah, short sleeve, long sleeve caps. It's pretty cool. So check them out. The link is there, or Mitchmacs, MACS out of Tennessee. They're taking really good care of us so far. So please take care of us and go visit TaylonHopeMusic.com while you're at it too. I'm sure there's a great assortment of stuff there you can go get. Hey, time for another song here, and of course something you have not released yet, something new. We're excited about that. So again, it's all yours.
These are probably some that are going to be on the album. So I've been kind of working on those and picking out those for the new year and stuff. So, of course, working on Christmas right now, which is one of my favorite times. Grew up singing Christmas. So this is one I hope to release the beginning of the new year. Thinking of a music video. Of course, I just did the music video for Weightless, and that was so much fun. I got to work with Kevin Deems, who's an awesome director, and we had such a great time. But anyway, this one's called All the Night We Need. I wrote this with my great friends, Bill DeLuigi, this summer. So this one's a fun, upbeat one. So one of my favorites to do with a band or just at a show. So hope y'all enjoy.
Here we go.
That old day Tennessee sun sneaking in. Stars are turning on like streetlights in our town. The good times shining through, yeah. In the middle of nowhere with a long ways to go. Every song's an anthem. Hotel radio fishing in the dark. Beyond blue. There's a gas grows smoke around the bend, rolling into the wind. Times you won't forget. Laughing, singing, loving, here right now. Gravitating, riverbed, good to think. Rolling now we need. Sitting on the hood, talking about our one-day dreams, making brand new memories for that time machine. Something good to rewind on that last way past the break of dawn. There's a gas grows smoke around the bend, rolling into the wind. Times we won't forget. I've been singing helping you right now. Gotta see the river making gotta think. Right now we need. Right now we need. Oh, we need. Tequila spot. We're leaning into the wind, laughing, singing, loud, being here right now. Gravitating, riverbed, you gotta think. Tequila grows smoke around the bend, rolling into the wind. Times we won't forget. Laughing, singing, loud, being here right now. Gravitating, the river begging, gotta think. For all the night we need.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-hosts Kirsty Krause, Jeff McMahon, and Karen Lee Batten as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
And a good audience tuning in today, of course. There's something going on every day with us here between that 3:30, 6:30 mark here. We try to highlight the biggest and brightest artists. I was watching last night, the Voice came on, and good Lord, the talent on those shows.
I know.
That continues. Crazy. It's crazy. I'll tell you the group that I'm very impressed by, and we're definitely going to try to get them here on the show. This trio, I want to say sister, brother, this girl named Tom.
I've heard them. They're awesome, aren't they?
God, it's harmonies. My goodness. And Lana Scott has been on there.
Mm-hmm.
Team Blake, of course, on the show. And then there's a couple of more, but my goodness, the talent, and you're right there with it too, of all the great things you've accomplished just at a young age. My goodness, the vocals are just on point, and the music is fantastic. So definitely I cannot wait to see you release more just great stuff. This Christmas song, I know you're excited about this too at the same time. And and you're no stranger to Christmas music. You've actually put that out before, and I've actually had you on playing around here the house and the holiday things. I put up a tree and some lights, although I'm not doing lights this year. I'm just not doing it. It's too much. But hey, I want to go back to the last album too, because one that very impressed me between the songwriting and everything else and your vocals that were on it, Blue Jeans and Fireflies. I mentioned where I was going to talk about that one. Where did that kind of originate from? Interesting title, but a very good song.
Oh, thank you. I wrote this with my good friend Keith Burns, and he's a great guy and awesome performer. And Blue Jeans and Fireflies, it's kind of about my song about leaving, where I was from and kind of going to Nashville and just talking about kind of the simple things in life. And it's one of my favorites. I've actually gotten to write. That's kind of like a real true like country song. Like I love like the country vibe in that song that kind of just brings that traditional feel. And that's kind of how that whole album is. But it's just like counting down the minutes, going crazy, waiting on that bell to ring. It's kind of about being, in summer. And that's when we moved here. So that's kind of how me and Keith wrote the song, just kind of about nothing like Blue Jeans and Fireflies. So I don't know where the title came from, but it turned out to be one of my favorites on the album. I just talking about blue jeans, and he put Fireflies with it. So we wrote that song.
Came out to be one of my favorites off your self-titled album too, no doubt. I know last year we talked about the craziness that it was, but it kept you busy. Speaking of Christmas, so that this other one you're about to put the vocals to coming out here in 2021. But last year y'all did My Christmas Lights, and that was one of the ones on my playlist that I kept playing around here at the house. It just came over the Alexa thing that we have here, which sometimes drives me nuts. Alexa, play, but then when they get the artist wrong, it's like, no, I meant to say Taylon Hope, My Christmas Lights. We just got here on the thing. And she's like, I'll play such and such, and some off the track thing. I said, no, Taylon Hope. And I went as far as like trying to break down the name. But tell me about that one, because pretty fun to cut. And I thought the album cover was very beautiful too.
Oh, thank you. I did that one with Bill D, who I write with all the time, and I just kind of had the title My Christmas Lights, and we didn't know how it would turn out because that one kind of starts pretty slow and then it kind of goes into the chorus there, which is one of my favorite parts. But it's definitely writing Christmas music is so fun, and it's kind of a harder thing to do since so much has been written about Christmas and so many Christmas titles. So My Christmas Lights hadn't been done, so I really wanted to write that. So it was so cool to get to put that out. And the year before I did Two Wrapped Up in You, I wrote with Corey Lee Barker, and I did a Christmas EP back in 2017. And some of my favorite traditional Christmas songs are on there, and a couple I did. One of my favorite Christmas songs I've gotten to write with Corey was Carolina Christmas, just about being North Carolina at Christmas and how I always grew up celebrating. And this new one I'm doing a traditional song, one of my favorites, but it's going to have like a little twist on it. So I hadn't really released a single that's not been one I've wrote or anything. So yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm really excited. So one, people can actually know when I put it out. So
And that's, you'll know it's got TH on it, Taylon Hope right there too in the Christmas single. Is there a date for it yet? December.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay, all right. So November. There you go. November
Yeah,
26th.
it'll be
So
out this month. So
be on the lookout for that too as well. And the title of it was going to be
it's Have Yourself a Merry
Have
Little
Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Okay, well, I'll be like, I gotta add that to the playlist for the 2021 Christmas party we're throwing with the family coming up in December. They'll be, who's that? I'll say, there you go, and I'll be wearing her shirt too down there too, which is great. Hey, tell me about this before we do another song here. If you got another song for us, I just love hearing you sing. This was something I dug up a while back, and I think we may have mentioned it, maybe we didn't, I don't remember. But anybody that knows you've done a lot of great work with. Grammy nominated, fantastic guy. In Kent Wells, Dolly Parton's producer, has done a lot of work with Dolly out there too. But recently, and I say recently, this probably happened a few years back, but I remember it just as it was yesterday when you told this story. As just an ordinary kid, she mentioned to you, I better get her autograph now before she becomes famous. Now, if I'd have heard that from my all-time favorite, which I got to interview just last year, and I was like a kid in a candy store when I interviewed Terry Clark here on this platform. Amazingly, good Lord, that was my dream interview. People that know me know I was just sitting there just loving every minute talking to her. What was that like, getting that just even kind of feedback from Dolly? And it's like, I'll second the emotion there. I'll bring my gavel down in court. Yes, get the autograph now before she becomes famous. At least I can say I knew you before you get up there on the CMA award stage one day. What did that mean to you, just getting that kind of feedback from one of the greatest of all time?
Well, she has just always just been like one of my biggest inspirations, and I think people that don't even do music's biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
She's just one of my favorite things about her has always been that she's just given back to people, and I have her book right there that she signed for me. I can show it to you.
Yeah, please do.
I've always kept this safe. But she said, to Taylon, best of everything, love, Dolly.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
Signature.
She put a little heart with it, but her just as a person I've always looked up to, and what she's given back to the community in her hometown. And I remember I'm a signed artist with her hotel in Pigeon Forge, the Dreammore Resort, and I've always sang there since I was like 10 or 11, and I went over there right after those fires happened a few years ago, and she just had like people everywhere helping people, and I know she came down there right after that, and ever since I was little I've always looked up to her. So when she said that it's almost like it didn't register in my brain for a long time. She said the first time she saw me, she's like, well, you're Jolene, aren't you? And I was like, well, I don't think so, but I appreciate that. But she was just the sweetest person, and you could tell she just wanted to be just be nice to everybody, and you can't lose where you came from, and that's what I love about her. So it was just an honor, and I still can't believe it. So she's amazing.
Yeah, I checked my box one day. I think this was last year during the pandemic or something came out, and man, I say Terry Clark, one of the most impactful ones I ever did, which is still out there. I listened back to it. Was we actually had on this show Country Music Hall of Famer. He's done it all, just in the Dolly category. Randy Travis came on with me last year, and his wife came on to do a little discussion with me. And in the mail, one of the days, I ripped open a package, and it was a book autographed by Randy Travis and Mary Travis right there in the front part of it, the front cover. And I said, I've kept that in a special place that they're like, keep doing your podcast, and we all need that vote of feedback and that vote of inspiration to keep doing what we love to do, because we said many times, hard work pays off, and we love doing this, and it's showcasing the best talent out there, every artist worldwide, and we do that too. And you're right up there at the top of my list when it comes to getting feedback like that. So well-deserved words from the great Dolly out there. Hey, we got to play one more. I still want to talk about Waitlist, and I can't let you go without doing the rapid fire. That's just one of the things we do here. So we changed up some stuff there. Let's have you play one more for today's audience, and of course we'll hopefully take some questions. Good audience today tuning in as expected, and let's have you do one more, and the floor is yours. Let's do it.
Awesome. This is one I wrote with Bill D and Kirsty Manna. She's written a lot for She wrote Austin for Blake Shelton, which is one of my favorite songs. So I'm honored to get to write with her. I wrote this about my hometown and how you may leave it and you may go to different places, but it'll never leave you. So this is called Hometown Never Leave Me. So thank you guys. Let me tune this real quick. There we go.
Some Texaco, somebody else's mapped out in the shade of the interstate. It looked much like a hot spot, but it's someone else is coming home to. Reminds me of my rear view go-to. That's why I miss it. When I see people talking in the middle of the back road somewhere, makes me wanna find the time, stick more clothes up in my hair. I get moving on my roots, 1,000 miles on my boots beneath me. My hometown never leaves me. Oh, yeah. Hey, porch star with your halo, I'll catch you if I'm able. Welcome sign if you don't mind. Stay like my guardian angel. Remember, let me get too far from who I am and to who you are. I see people talking in the middle of the back road somewhere. It makes me wanna find the time, stick more clothes up in my hair. I get moving on my roots. Doesn't miles on my boots beneath me. My hometown never leaves me. Every time I pass a roadside church, it's where I hear people pray. Country gold on the radio, that's my life they're playing. I get moving on my roots, 1,000 miles on my boots. When I see people talking in the middle of the back road, somewhere makes me wanna find the time, stick more clothes up in my hair. I get moving on my roots, 1,000 miles on my boots beneath me. Oh, 'cause my hometown never leave me. Hometown never leave me.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-hosts Kirsty Krause, Jeff McMahon, and Karen Lee Batten as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on YouTube and Facebook with the great Taylon Hope here from, of course, Nashville. I'm in Texas. She's back there in Nashville, Tennessee. And hopefully one day we'll get to Nashville to be able to broadcast live from there, presented by our good friends over at Hank Jr. Productions, Bangtail Whiskey, and, of course, our good friends over at Mitch Max. You get you some merchandise there at mitchmax.com and support the Backstage Pass. And, of course, check out TaylonHopeMusic.com to get the merchandise and all the great music out there. And, Taylon, I got some breaking sports news here, and I think it's even out to the media now. But for Houston Astro fans, they've re-signed their ace pitcher, a guy that went under with Justin Verlander is coming back. Looks like with the Houston Astros. So you made my day. That made my day. That's a good sign to be an Astros fan going into 2022. So see, breaking sports news, breaking music news. Stay tuned to the podcast because we get updates like that all the time. So that's a good thing. So we're connected to those outlets, which is a good thing up there too. We'll talk more about that on the show hopefully tomorrow, and the next couple of days we'll post some stuff about how good that is for Houston Astro fans like myself too. Hey, I want to ask you about Waitlist because you guys put that out the middle of October. Give me the backstory on this one, and I love the fact that it's just a fantastic song. 2, your vocals hit home really well with it, and 3, this also had to be fun to make.
It was so fun. I wrote this with Smith Curry. I've been doing a lot of music with. He's awesome and so talented. And Caleb Thomas, who's just an incredible vocalist and writer. And we wrote Waitlist. It was right after the 4th of July. And Caleb had this title, and I love the title. I'm like, we could do so much with this, you know. And so we kind of turned it into a song kind of about letting go of stress and insecurities and everything that holds back your dreams, and just kind of turned it into a song. And it starts off really kind of slow and like just a different type of song. And then I love how the chorus hits. It's one of the cool things I'm proud of it with. But it's done some awesome stuff so far. It's not even been out a month yet. And Billboard magazine put it on their top 10 to watch. And Taste of Country put the video on their voting for a couple weeks ago for their music videos of the week. And it was just so cool to see that. And I've always wanted to get to be in Billboard. So it was such an honor. And to see people like of every age group kind of love this song, which has been really cool and different for me. So I feel like it's a song a lot of people can relate to, going through stuff in life and just becoming free and who you are, and Waitlist. So it's one of my favorites I've gotten to write. So I was really happy to put it out there. And the music video too was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
See the song come to life. So we had a great time.
I love the fact that you just keep putting great music out there. And we've talked about so many great songs today, and they're just going to continue on past the Christmas holidays. And you guys are working hard on this new EP that you mentioned here on the show. Can't wait to hear all the new stuff, because everything you put out is just quickly added for me, downloaded, and put on my playlist. And it's there. It's got its own title and my own folder now with Taylon Hope music right there on the playlist there too. All right, let's do a little rapid fire, because definitely want to kind of change up some fun questions and kind of getting to know you more on a personal basis. So outside of music, and people know you're kind of straightforward there when you get your mindset on something, you know yourself as an artist and what you want, who you are. But outside of music, you love to have fun. Tell people some of the fun activities you enjoy doing.
Oh, I like to do a lot of stuff. I love to work out. That's one of my favorite things. I play tennis. I like to just watch Netflix I love to shop. I love to hang out with my family, my friends, my boyfriend, stuff like that. So that's always fun. And what else? I love animals, hanging out with animals at my Nana's farm. So just going to school, just anything. I mean, school's not my favorite, but you gotta get
it done.
Yeah, you do. But there are good parts of school, getting your education and everything. Of course, I want to go to college and have that as a backup, and maybe Belmont or something here in Nashville. But music's just always been who I am. But I've always just family and going to church and doing everything like that. It's just a normal teenager. I just sing. That's what I
I love that too. Now, you told us last time. I know you were a big fan of this, and I was too when I was a kid. Are you still jumping on trampolines?
I was a huge yeah. I probably talked to you about that. Yeah.
You did. Yeah, you did. I just have a pretty good memory too. It's funny how these things just keep coming up, but that's we like to do our homework here on the show, which is fun. And I know a little bit older now for that too, but it's still kind of fun. I used to have one
If
Right.
I had one in my backyard, I'd be out on it. But I used to. I miss it.
So some friends do, and even at my age now, I'm still going. You know what? I still love it. A friend's house, and I'm out in the back, and we're doing the patio, watching the game or something. We'll take the little one out there, jump on it, and have a good old grand time. It's just fun to do that. And the reason I asked that too is my daughter's been into. We had a little baby last year, and she's now almost 2 now, and she's watching this little cartoon called Bluey on Disney's channel, and they were jumping on one and putting a water hose and undoing the kink and spraying water up on it and jumping up playing this game. She loves the little show, and it's just kind of fun to see her do stuff like that too. So, which is there too. Yeah, we named her Chloe, and I'll be 2 in April. So hard to believe. Time is just
That's crazy.
Just flown by. All right, I love this one here. We'll do a couple more. I love this one. Any game show out there, and Taylon Hope's going to be a contestant on it. What game show would you pick?
I always used to watch the Price is Right at my great grandma's house, so I would know how to play that. I'm not too into game shows, but I have seen like a few, like Family Feud looks fun. I feel like I would be good on that.
That's been the most popular one here on the show. Yeah. Family Feud has been for a
while. Like that one. Maybe that one or just something like that. I'd try to fight my way through that. So
I like that. I do. That's a good one to pick. That's been the most popular one here on the program, no doubt. All right, let's do this one here. Food, drink. What have you gotten into lately? Anything new?
Anything new? I've been loving this Italian. I forget what it's called, but it's like this Italian dish at this place in Franklin. When we go there, I always get it, and it's so good. I love Italian food or anything like that, and my grandma makes the best food, so very excited for Thanksgiving. It's going to be awesome, and happy early Thanksgiving to everybody out there. So,
and let me say that to everybody, yourself included, your family, happy early Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, and just good fortune for the new year. I could go on with her forever. She knows that too. But the good thing is she's got her own parking spot here. It's reserved on the backstage pass with her nameplate on it. She's going to come back when new things come out, thanks to just the great talent that she is, and to Bev too. The new single is Weightless out there across everywhere. And then 20 to 26 the day after Thanksgiving, the Christmas tune comes out. Cannot wait to hear that, which I assume will be everywhere too. You stream digitally. And Ian, happy holidays to you. The website, TaylonHopeMusic.com. And just thank you for always making time for us. And now you've got your own parking space here on the show, no doubt.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. Love you guys over there. And can't wait to see you in person hopefully soon. That would be awesome. So
I am looking forward to the day we get to meet in person and the day we get to do some live shows there in Nashville. So thanks so much for making time for us. And of course, could have been a country song, Showing My Roots, Weightless, Country and Me. They're all out there. And of course, get your Christmas music, and the one we talked about too, which was one of my favorites on my playlist there too at the same time, which was My Christmas Lights. So definitely go get the music out there. Check out the website. Get you some merch while you're at it too, at both the MitchMax.com and of course TaylonHopeMusic.com. And definitely, I've got my own coffee mug out there, so go check that out. Across that, I have to get my own coffee mug. I'll buy my own and drink coffee out of it too at the same time. But it's a good thing out there, no doubt. And some T-shirts and caps and all that kind of stuff too. You're also working on some new merchandise, a line of it coming out real soon.
With the new songs and stuff, working on some new stuff. So that'll be exciting for next year. So, yeah.
22 is going to be good for everybody involved. No doubt about it. Well, from all of us here at the Backstage Pass, happy holidays. Tomorrow, a couple of great shows. We get to talk to my good friend on the West Coast, tremendous pop artist Maggie Zabo gets to drop by. And, of course, Stella Prince talking about Christmas music. Stella's going to come on and do a little premiere with us here on the show for a new Christmas song she's working on. Friday, Bo Bascoro is going to stop by. And next week, just some more great shows here on the Backstage Pass. Our thanks go out to Hank Jr. Productions, Bangtail Whiskey, and, of course, our official merchandise maker, MitchMax.com. Be sure and check that out. Go get you some merchandise and check out TaylonHopeMusic.com, as that is a great website, too, to check out. We'll see you guys on the flip side tomorrow with a couple of great shows. Until then, have a terrific night, as we always say, and go download some music and just rock out here on the Backstage Pass. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me.